going to cover the difference between a budget 1911 and that of a expensive one. This is a Colt XSE stainless steel. This is an auto Ordnance 1911 A1. This is Parkerized. This is mimetic to the World War II style 1911, while this is enhanced stainless steel, skeletonized trigger and hammer. It's got the upswept beaver tail. It's got grip inlays, whereas this has grip inlays as well. Only one set of serrations, whereas this has two. You have the sights, which are the combat sights. Here you have the more pronounced Novak sights with the 3-dot system, so that's good to go. Same capacities, 7, 8, 10 round magazines. Alright, so really the difference between the two is the economics. The auto Ordnance 1911 is 1/3 roughly the cost of this Colt. So if you're looking to get into buying your first 1911, I would recommend going with, obviously, a biased opinion, the auto Ordnance, because on the majority of the other price point 1911s, they are inundated with all sorts of ridiculous looking markings, company logos, safety issues, what have you, whereas this one is stamped just bare bones. It's outstanding. It's a great shooter, and I chose to go with the Colt since I fell in love with this when I saw it, or the multifaceted way in which you can charge the weapon either from the front, from the rear. The Novak sights, are outstanding. Again, minimal markings. You just have the Colt government model, serial number, then the Colt automatic 45. Great trigger pull on both pieces. These are single action. I believe Colt does make a double eagle, whereas there is no rear safety. This is also a safety mechanism found on both, but the double eagle, I believe, is Colt 1911 minus this rear safety, and you are able to both cock the trigger and release with the trigger pull, so double action. Okay, for disassembly, you're going to want to push down, bring it out, and since this is a full-length guide rod, you can take the spring out as well. So we have the spring, the tenor. Alright, and from here, rotate this and bring this out, and you bring it to this notch, take this thing down, and then you just slide it out. Barrel slides out, so it's good to go. Disassembly of the Colt. Alright, so we got it disassembled. Easy enough, right? So now we can see the differences between the two. The Colt if you noticed before, had the ambi safety, which is good to go. I mean, that's subjective. Some people don't like it because it gets in the way or they accidentally hit it. But this only has the safety on the one side. Another difference would be the down swept or the normal beaver tail, which can pretty much bite into your hands. It's still comfortable, but it does take some bites, as opposed to the upswept, which by spatial reasoning is far more conducive to be in the palm of the hand. No sharp edges are facing downwards towards the flesh. It's up and away, and it also sheathes the hammer, which is good to go. So let's look at the slides. Slide length, same thing. 3-inch slide contact on each. You got the channels, so the difference would be just machining tolerances. Material would be the difference that you're paying for, and obviously name brand, you're also paying for the name, but that's good to go. Both fire well. So another difference between the two would be noted in the barrels, and as you can see, the dimensions are very similar, except the Colt is streamlined in that it has, it's like a channel where the tip of the round can be fed far more efficiently than just this countersunk chamber face, which has almost entirely the same degree of downward angle, whereas this one has that same downward angle right here. It's got the ability to feed rounds into the chamber with a little more efficiency. And here you got the non-destructive inspection marks. So this has been inspected. Headshot, coil shot, which magnetic particle inspection is primarily for subsurface defects and or discontinuities. It's a metallurgical quality control, if you will. So they test this material both pre and post processing and all throughout its processing to see if any original or manufacturing induced defects and or discontinuities were inherent in this part before it's shipped out, whereas this one is not stamped. So we can infer that they did not do non-destructive inspection on it. So that's, I mean, from a manufacturing standpoint, that's a good selling point. And this is the insides of the 1911.